Hey fourth graders, it's Mrs. Spears. I am going to do some area models with you for this video. I'm actually going to borrow the problems from page 97. If you want to do those with me in your book, you can, but you also might want to use a whiteboard because there's not very much space on here to do what they want you to do. And I'm going to do it with area models with you. They really do it with the distributive property and expanded form, which connects to the area models like we've talked about in class, but I'm actually going to do it with the boxes and stuff. So I want to make sure I had plenty of space to do that with you, so I'm doing it on the whiteboard. But this is where I'm getting the problems from. Again, it's page 97. So I've got 8 times 43. Remember, when we're multiplying with expanded form or area models, we have to take the bigger number and we have to break it up into its expanded form. So instead of having 8 times 43, I'm going to have 8 times 40 plus 3. Because if 43 in expanded form is 40 plus 3. So I'm going to draw my area model. I have 2 pieces to my expanded form, so I'm going to make 2 boxes with it. Put one piece of the expanded form up here, and then the other piece over here. And then I'm going to multiply both pieces by 8. So this box would be 8 times 40, because I multiply the side by the top, just like you would do if you were doing an array. The side by the top, 8 times 4 is 32, using my multiplication trick with 1 0. So this box is worth 320. In this box over here, I'm going to do 8 times 3. Again, side times just the top of this part of the box. 8 plus, or 8, not 8 plus, whoops, just kidding. 8 times 3 is 24. And then I'm going to add up both of the boxes. So the first box was 320, whoops, and the next box is 24. Making sure I line up my ones places. So just be careful with that part. 0 plus 4 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus nothing is 3. So this problem, 8 times 43 equals 344. So when we're using area models, we're basically just multiplying with expanded form like we've done before. We're just putting it in boxes to help us keep things organized this time. So what I did was I multiplied the 8 times each piece of the expanded form in each box, 8 times the first piece, 8 times the third piece, and then I added the pieces back together. So we're multiplying with the pieces split up, and then we put the pieces back together. Let's try the next one. All right, the next one is 6 times 532. Again, I'm going to break up this 532 into its expanded form. You guys have gotten super awesome at that. It's going to be 6 times 500. Next piece is 30. Next piece is 2. So I'm going to multiply 6 times each piece of this number, each piece of the expanded form. So since I've got 3 pieces, I'm going to have 3 boxes. Multiplying all 3 of these boxes by 6, so the 6 goes on the side. And then each piece of the expanded form goes across the top. And then I just multiply the side times the top, and I'm going to do 1 box at a time. So 6 times 500, 6 times 5 is 30, with my 2 zeros. Put the zeros on the end. With this one, it's 6 times 30, so I do 6 times 3, that's 18, with 1 0, with the 0 on the end. And then 6 times 2 is 12. Then I'm going to add all of those up, being careful to line up by my ones place. So the answer to this problem is 3,192. So again, we're just taking the big number, we're separating it into its expanded form. We multiply each piece of the expanded form by the number we're multiplying by. Then we put the pieces back together. So think of it as taking it apart and putting it back together. I'm gonna do another one with you. I'm gonna do, let's see here. I'm gonna do this one, number 4. Okay, so I've got 5 times 923. So again, I'm going to separate it out into its expanded form. 923. And then I'm going to multiply each piece of the expanded form times 5, and then I'll put them back together. So since I have 3 pieces in my expanded form, I'm going to make 3 boxes. Doesn't matter how big your boxes are, as long as you have the same number of boxes as pieces in your expanded form. So your pieces go across the top. You're gonna multiply each piece by 5. So 5 times 900, you gotta do 5 times 9 is 45 with 2 zeros. 5 times 20, 5 times 2 is 10 with 1 0. 5 times 3 is 15. So now that I've multiplied each piece by the number, I'm gonna put those pieces back together by adding up what I got. Make sure you line them up by your ones places. Zero plus 0 is 5. 0 plus 0 plus 1 is 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. And then the 4 drops down. So the answer to this is 4,615. I'm going to do 2 more problems with you. I'm going to do these 2 problems right here so you can kind of see how this works in a real world problem. So number 5 says the 4th grade students at Riverside School are going on a field trip. There are 68 students on each of the 4 buses. How many students are going on the field trip? So I've got 4 buses. I'm going to pretend that this is a bus, this is a bus, this is a bus, and this is a bus. And it says there are 68 kids on each of the buses. So we could use repeated addition to add all these up, but repeated addition gets kind of clunky sometimes because then you have to keep track of what you had and how you add it up. I mean, think about it. You got to add 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 in the ones column. That's a lot of 8s to keep track of. Then you got to carry it over plus add all the 6s. That's crazy. It's much faster just to multiply. So since I have 4 groups of 68, I'm going to multiply 4 times 68. 68 in expanded form is 60 plus 8, which means I'm going to multiply 4 by each of those pieces. Four times 60, 4 times 6 is 24 with 1 0. 4 times 8 is 32. And then I just put my pieces back together. So a total of 272 students are going on the field trip. And those 272 students are evenly distributed between the 4 buses. All right, guys, I'm actually gonna let you out a little early. We'll save number 6 for tomorrow, and we'll work on this in class some more. I'll see you then. Bye.